Welcome to episode 11 of Bro, Where's My Phone, the podcast. I am your host, Christopher Allen, and my co-host is Artistic Rebel and Tony H. On Bro, Where's My Phone, the podcast, we talk about living life as first-generation millennials in a world saturated by memes, selfies, and social media. We also interview dope creatives, photographers, videographers, people in the industry, and comedians. As your original MC and host, I want you to scroll on up and subscribe to our podcast, rate us, share us, give us 5 stars, tell a friend, and most importantly, enjoy yourself. And if you happen to be a part of the Android family, log on to Stitcher Radio and download the podcast, Bro, Where's My Phone? Now let me tell you about this episode. On episode 11, I invited one of my favorite 2018 photography video brands, the Klasik Kreatives, on the show. Keep those phones charged and the volume up. It's time to start the show. Let's go. What's going on? This is Christopher Allen, C. Allen, and this is episode number 11. You're listening to Bro, Where's My Phone, the podcast. I am in here with my co-host,
Artistic Rebel.
How's it going, Rebel?
It's going gravy. Going great.
Great. I'm excited about this episode, man, because all week I've been prepping for this official interview. If you're from Houston, if you've heard of these guys, you're already ahead of the game. But if you haven't, you're going to listen to them. You're going to know about them from this podcast, Bro, Where's My Phone? And I'm really excited about my guests today, and I'm going to introduce them. They are the Klasik Kreatives. What's going on?
Hey,
how you doing?
You said the name right.
Said the name right.
Live.
Man, you know I study the name,
Hey.
so I want to do my guest justice. So I was like, okay, it's 1 S, not 2 in the spelling. I love the K's. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get it right, baby.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. First, let me say, forgive me for dropping the Ciroc that I was graciously giving. And we're in Michelle's studio in downtown Houston, man. Yep. Shout out to everybody who's been here.
It's all good. We can pick that up. We just don't want it to fall on the equipment, brother. Just don't want it.
No, you know what? Y'all started something great, because what we're going to do is, what is it? Inaugural first time?
Yeah.
We're going to do a shot to get the show started.
Okay.
So we can all be cool.
New. All
right. Yeah.
Creating
right here.
Right.
Creating already.
There
so
we
bro,
go.
Where's My Phone? Episode 11.
Episode 11.
With the Klasik Kreatives.
We have Denise behind the camera. Yeah, man, that's all right.
It's like, oh, that's good. Yeah, when you start to look at the glass, like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's just in there?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Burn the nose a little bit.
Just a tad.
Whoa.
Shout out to we gotta get on
Just a little.
Oh, I thought we
mango.
The mango Ciroc,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I'm saying? A little good. You know, a little good.
The Klasik Kreatives put me on to something. Man, yeah. How have y'all been doing? What's been going on?
Oh man.
I know y'all been working.
Yeah, we've been working. It's been a pretty busy year for us. 2018, I can imagine it's been pretty busy for everyone.
Yeah.
But especially for us, it's been busy just being on the go and being open-minded to be able to get up and go and work. So it's been a blessing. It's been a great year.
Right.
It feels like it's been over a year, but it's only been 8 months since we started.
8 months. Y'all been grinding every time I see another picture drop. Pow. Yeah. Instagram.
Yeah, it's
promo.
So, but it's been a good year thus far. It's been very good.
Right. Now, what I can tell you right off the bat, like what I like about the brand, the Klasik Kreatives, is when I'm online. Since first of all, the podcast is Bro, Where's My Phone?
Yeah.
I didn't just pull it out the air. Like, I'm trying to break this addiction I have to my phone.
Yeah.
So now I monitor, like, the iPhone. Shout out to iPhone.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm monitoring, like, you know, the productivity and how long you've been on your phone. I've been using that app on there. Mm-hmm. And if the numbers don't match, like, money as far as am I hitting my numbers for the month, I'm spending too much time in the wrong places.
Correct.
Hey,
so one thing I like about y'all Instagram and what I've seen social media-wise is every time a picture's dropped, it's of your work. Yeah. You know what I mean? And with Michelle, it's been consistent. Yeah. And I was like, man, that's a dope. Like, I commend y'all on that because there's a lot of BS on Instagram and social media. It's like, no, I say BS, but I call it noise.
Yeah.
But to see two other artists actually, they working head down.
Yeah.
I'm looking at picture, book us for your next wedding. So we're going to go into it a little bit. I'm going to let Rebel get another sip. Are you done too?
Man.
Oh, whoa. We done gave you a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
I said we got to catch up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all going to drink the Kanye or no?
Oh, no. I ain't sipping that tea. I ain't sipping that.
No, let's not get on that subject. That's very sensitive for me.
I know,
I
man.
love Kanye, but let's not even go there.
Man,
Tripping.
the blood is getting a little, it's just a little mixed, man, because I just sit back and watch. I no longer go in like, man, it takes energy that's not my energy. I'd rather use my energy creating something.
Facts.
But I will say this, all the energy that is going to Kanye right now, again, I'm a very big Kanye fan. All the energy that is going to him right now is fueling him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fueling him. So it's like, hey, you don't have to put your energy there because he is making a big deal on a hat. And again, I say that in such a small thing, and I know it's a big deal for us in America and black people in general. But at the end of the day, it's a hat with a message on it, and we have to think how much energy we're putting in towards that single hat.
Right.
And how big we're making this hat and that message, and then, of course, the president, which I don't even want to mention.
Right.
But we just have to think of how much energy, just like you said, how much energy we're putting into our phones and stuff. Like how much energy are we putting into this guy? I mean, literally, people wake up in this boiled hot.
Yeah.
That Kanye just did something else. I mean, hot. I mean, the rest of their day is just off.
Right.
And I'm like,
energy that they burning.
You have to protect your energy, no matter who it is. I mean, Kanye is not paying anybody's bills.
Right.
He ain't paying mine.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
I'm
He ain't
still
paying
waiting.
mine. That's what I meant by anybody's like mine. He's not paying my bills.
Right.
So therefore, I'm not going to put a lot of energy into that. And let that upset me and get me off, and because that's just going to affect my entire day. I can have a client consultation scheduled right at 10 o'clock, and I wake up, I see Kanye West on social media, and I get pissed off, and now all of a sudden I'm pissed off at my client. I'm like, they just want a consultation, and I'm just like
taking out a little displaced anger.
You just displaced.
Make KK great again.
Yeah.
just focus.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's make our own personal lives great again.
Amen.
How about that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Man, I like that. So let me ask you, let's jump into this interview where we're going to give I want to know a little bit about the Klasik Kreatives and how you guys started y'all business, y'all brand. I know y'all are not new to the game. I've seen Bishop out at the park shooting. I was like, I know you.
Yeah.
But we never met.
It's small world, man. It's
Very small world.
Yes, sir.
So how did y'all become the Klasik Kreatives, and when were y'all formed?
Well, okay. I'll take you back. We, me and Myra me and Michelle, we both went to school together. Went to middle school together. So when we first started shooting, I actually did a photo shoot for her. She just wanted some photo shoot to, I guess, for your website. You know what I'm saying? We linked up, and then we just automatically was like just clicking on just some creative, like throwing ideas back about editing photos and whatnot. Right. And then we linked up again, and then Myra started needing help with some of her. Michelle, I'm sorry.
You're good.
You're good.
But Michelle, she started needed help with some of her events. So I started to, just contract some work out. And then I needed help with a wedding that I was doing, and it was like gonna be a big wedding at what was the venue?
Bell Tower.
My first wedding at Bell Tower, and I'm like, man, I gotta have Michelle shoot with me because I just can't do this by myself.
Right.
So she came out with me, and then at the end of it, she was just sitting back like this, like just watching,
peeping,
just peeping. And we actually got a picture. She's just sitting there like this. I'm sitting there shooting, and she like just peeping. And then at the end, she was like, "Hey, Mike, let's go have a drink." And so we went and had a drink. And then she was like,
business.
She was like, "Man, we need to just do this together." And then I was like, "Yeah," I just told her I'm down. And then she was like, "No, I'm telling you, like for real." And then I'm like, "No, for real. I didn't know how serious she was, but then the next day, boom, we already got a website buying online. We already
wasting no time.
So the wedding that we just did, I'm editing. I'm just like, well, shoot, we coming up with a whole new trailer to come. I mean, we spent like at least that night going back and forth like 6-7 times. Like, no, do this, change this, change this. And then we dropped the first trailer. We was like, oh shoot, we KK up in here, baby. So I mean, it just kind of. I mean, and that's just. I just feel like God just kind of blessed us to like know each other, that we can just do something like that. you don't have to necessarily put your own brand aside. You can just form with somebody else, and it's
right.
Now you can just form something that's even better than by yourself.
By yourself and get a lot more even accomplished together, right?
That's what it's about at the end of the day. Is you're not a business unless you're making profits. So to do it on a bigger scale, you would need a team. I mean, that's with anybody. You need a team to do anything.
Right. We learned.
You know what I mean?
The hard way. Or it's just going in. But y'all, you wouldn't know, man. You would think that y'all been working together for like 2 decades. The way how hard y'all been going this year.
Yeah, it's been that way. Like you said, it happened pretty quickly. So I would say in about a form of 2 weeks, we had a business, we had an LLC, we had a business account, we had a website up. That's just how I am when I'm thinking of business stuff. All right, let's go straight legal stuff first. Let's get LLCs. Let's get all this stuff legalized, and then we can come out as a business. Versus a lot of people do it reverse.
The opposite way.
But again, we've been knowing each other since middle school, high school. We was in video production class. We didn't even notice that we were using the things that we are learning today, like Photoshop and Adobe.
Oh wow!
Premiere.
On the first.
What high school was it, by the way?
Elsie.
Okay.
Southwest A-Leaf, Texas. Shout out to
Spice Lane.
We gonna throw that
Pop
up.
out.
Shout out to the SWAT. Shout out to the SWAT.
You know what I'm saying? Look.
Shout out to the SWAT. Shout out Toby.
Yeah.
Shout out.
We Greens Point over here, baby.
Hey,
No.
Watch out.
This ain't the late 90s. We ain't that tripping no more.
Hey, I'm just saying, we always prepared.
Back in the day, man. You know,
Right,
all
Bun
the
B
songs
said
was
on his Instagram, he was just saying, it's all love. We are not trying. We are doing things, and I joke a lot when it comes to that, but I know I like to partner with people who are actually doing things.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So again, it happened pretty quickly, but we have, you can sort of speak that we have been working together again. I had by Michelle Media, and I was saying, hey Mike, I need you to help me cover this and this and this and this, and I was like, I don't want you to feel like, we've been knowing each other since middle school. I don't want you to feel like you're just working for me, because that's just not the type of person I am. I'm an entrepreneur myself, but I also like to have my friends and people around me feel entrepreneurship as well. So, hey, come work for yourself. I can give you that. I'm willing to take half of my business and give you half of that because I believe in you. And so
that's amazing.
It's hey, let's come work for ourselves, and we can do much bigger things together and go way further than just trying to tap into each other, because eventually we're going to tap into each other's market and be each other's competition, and I'd rather not be his competition. I'd rather work together and get up to the top. So
that's amazing, because most people, and I'm pretty sure we've came across them, they like everybody want to be like one. They want the recognition, they want the ownership. And to even say, you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice, 50% for something that's even greater, I think that's amazing alone. And I feel like that has something to do with success, that, hey, I know how you work, you know how I work, I trust you, and you trust me. Like, to me, that's a formula. That's formula for success.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man. Question I want to ask y'all is, how do you balance running a business while still tapping into your creativity?
Oh, man. We can literally call each other, and then we'll stay on the phone for about an hour. But, like, we'll talk about all these new ideas, and then when you hang up the phone, it's like, all right, let's edit this or edit this. Or if she sends me a video, if I send her a video, then it's like, I got to do something else. I gotta, we competing with each other, low key, just so we can continue to bust out
productivity.
Projects. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, like, she's so business minded that you ain't gonna the balance is always gonna be there. She's not gonna let the creativity fall. So I think the drive to like always go to the next project and do something else, it's like it just balances on its own, because the business, she's not gonna let the business side fall.
Right.
And I just can't do anything that's not creative anyway. Like it's just not in me.
It's not in you.
Yeah, I would feel bad. Like I would be like, man,
in the pod, like the M&M's package in here. I would say,
M&Ms.
Literally.
and literally for real, the M&M
yeah,
package.
yeah.
I mean, we're honest with each other, and I would say, even though we're both business-minded individuals, we're both creatives, but my ministry is the business. His ministry is the creativity, and
For sure.
that doesn't
like
mean
that.
we take it away from each other, but we also help each other. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I learned from him just by watching him, or just by things that he sends me. I remember I was in bed one time, and I was feeling a little down and out, and then he bust out like 3 videos. I'm like, I gotta get up.
Just like that.
I gotta get up. There's no more laying in bed. I have to get up and work because I'm bringing in business, and he's able to get up and bust out 3 videos before I wake up in the morning.
Right.
Then
I seen him. I'm like, man.
I need to get up.
No. But it's the same otherwise. It's like, you know, when it comes to business stuff, she'll give you business sense, and you just be like, dang, I gotta apply this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a good relationship.
Yeah, a good balance.
Yeah. It in any business, if you have a relationship with somebody, if you don't know how to deal with putting yourself, you know, being able to accept somebody else's opinion and then like try to make it work into your own business, then you shouldn't be doing business with people. You need to be doing it by yourself. But how could you be big enough if you can't work with other people? You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at Diddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's who I call Michelle Diddy. Even before I met her and talked to her, because of the work ethic and then the business side. And we have a mutual friend, Arnacia. Arnacia. So
Arnacia,
I know,
if you're hearing this,
listen.
Crush your name.
Wow.
Listen, I called her. Don't trust people with the last name with the A on the back, on the end of their name.
Wow.
But I know for if you business wise, I know why we have a mutual friend, because when it comes to business, that girl go in.
Yeah, we don't play about business.
I'm Oprah, Diddy. I can call you a million names, but I know why we call you that. I know why. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that's what's up. Because I was at my career. I've been a photographer for about 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
The truth be told, I don't know how many years, because I wasn't counting when I started. I didn't,
I didn't know for real.
And what attracted me to it put me in a room.
Right.
And even before I started taking it serious, it put me in a room, and I know people started depending on me. Where Chris at? And for me, it started giving me purpose. Yeah. Otherwise, I would, just be holding up the wall, because I'm not extroverted. I'm not the loudest person in the room, but your camera can speak for itself. Thanks. And then I said, you know what? I don't want to be just that black boy with a camera. I actually want to learn this camera like it's a basketball. And, that's how I kind of got into it. But towards the end of it, I started seeing who's around. I was like, Michelle who is this girl? She's getting it. Yeah. And I'm talking about, when I say get it, I call it like the Lil Wayne effect of just showing up. When you turn on 97.9, you hear his song on. You turn it to 102. He's Wayne on 102. But you hear the music, you know they working. Yeah. So I thought that was dope.
Get a little Miss Office on there every now and then.
Wayne on 102.
Little Friday night.
Easy, baby.
Right. Right.
I forgot who it was. Like, it's just like a week ago. I was like, this a rapper.
Yeah. Oh, facts.
Hey, man. The times change, man. Everybody.
They need them listens. They need some listeners.
Get them spins.
Yes.
But earlier, what you said, you was like, I've been a photographer 8-9 years. Like, what 6 years for you? Like solo?
Yeah, full time.
Full time.
Leaving my.
I'm not.
You're not full time?
No, I'm not full time.
Well, hey, no, trust me. This is so. If you want to get into our story for real, Michelle said she was like, "You gonna quit your job by the end of this year." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, that's my nigga.
Like she told me.
What I be trying to?
Yes, but it was.
You tell me no.
Let's let Bishop tell the story.
I was just saying, bro. I'm talking about like a long time. It's 3 people that really like pushed me to like quit mine. I just quit mine like 2 months ago, so I feel your pain. Like it takes a while. But once you get to that point, then if you got like your people around you, it just makes it a little bit more easier, because they always like let you know like, hey man, it get tough for everybody, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you be like, man, I'm bored, or like, what's going on? Because you don't have no job no more. So in the morning on Monday, you don't have nothing to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to do. You better make something to do. Or you're gonna be broke. You know what I mean? So,
that's real.
But
real.
The payoff is like when you go on the weekend and then you busy and you shooting, and then you go home, you just be like, I know I made the best decision, because all this money I just made is, I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to worry about nobody. You know what I mean? And I just feel a little bit better. You got to work regardless, but that job, man.
Money got to come.
Yeah, the money got to come. The money got to come. But it's the toughest. That's probably the best decision I made this year. You know what I'm saying? Was that?
That's real. Because if somebody's listening, I want them to hear like from someone who did it. and for different reasons.
I'm a procrastinator. It took me a long time. She probably been saying that about ever since she quit her
My
job.
little pet project for about a good 2 years.
So you've been working on him?
I've been working on him for 2 years, praying and everything.
Yeah.
And
That's probably why she said let's go Class Kreatives, because she was like, this is the only way this dude.
Let me lock him in.
Well, no, it's just like, okay, let me just put it from a different perspective. I don't want to make it seem like when you do quit your job, you're going to come and work for somebody else.
Right.
You should want to quit your job and work for yourself. So
absolutely,
that was the whole deal. But yeah, it took a long 2 years. I was patient. I was frustrated at times. I'm like, oh man, you just don't know.
What'd you say? Jump
over here. But then I also had to learn with him, as well as my other best friend who's also a photographer.
Shout out to Black Jesus.
Shout out to Black Jesus.
Yeah.
I had to learn that everybody's not going to do what you do. Everybody's not going to do the things how you do it, when you do it. And just like for me, when it was leading up to me quitting my job, I had a bunch of people telling me all kind of things, and I could have let that persuade me into not quitting my job, or persuade me to quitting my job a little bit sooner than I did. So I just say, when it's their time, it's their time, and you can lead a horse to water. That doesn't mean you're going to make them drink it. So as much as I was saying, hey, do this, do this, it was still depending on his time or when he felt right, because if I say, hey, quit your job, and then he doesn't and it's too early, don't call me on the first for rent, because I can't afford mine anyway.
I thought you knew when they quit your job, fool.
Man, I quit. Michelle, I'm here.
Nah, bro.
Let me rerun them.
Let me rerun that. Yeah. Quit your job after you have somebody say. But it was just depending on him waking up and being like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump out on faith, because that's how I had to do it. Again, I had a lot of people in my ear. I mean, I had somebody that almost literally made me not want to quit. I was about to change everything, and then God was like, I already told you what to do. Don't let this one person. It was somebody I respected, and she was nice and sweet, and the thing, it wasn't no harmful or anything like that, but older school and stuff like that, and I'm just like, nah.
Man, old school be so structured.
They be so structured, and being
definitely.
that, that's work
Backdoor
until
plans.
you're 60, and I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to do that.
She was
I'm trying to get rich.
Obedient.
She listened to God. I was stubborn. God was like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. Well, I'm gonna put all this work on your plate, and then you're gonna have to choose, because you just got too much. Like if Michelle hit you, hey, we got 3 events due this week. And then I'm like, I can go to work, and I still got to go do these little calls, do the little work I was doing. It's like, but I already got all this on my plate. I prayed for this. You know what I mean? Like, I asked for this. So I just felt like it was just time. Like, sometimes you just either you take your message and you say, okay, let's do it, or you're just going to be forced to, because you're gifted with something, and it's like, if you're in that gift, then you should work fully in your gift. You should, and it'll make you happier. You know what I mean? Like, it'll make you happier, man. I'm not saying if you're not gifted, though. Like, if some rappers that aren't really gifted, and you want to work in that gift, player, let me tell you something. You could maybe bring up somebody else that's gifted at that, but you just gotta be honest.
Little A&R, some other position.
If I wasn't good, she would probably tell me, "Say, man, the
that's
camera
real.
Maybe ain't your thing." You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a real
like that
friend.
Too. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm that good either, but I do appreciate my friends that let me know, like, no, you own something, like you got something. So people that keep it honest with you, I would say that's some of the best people to keep around, bro. Don't keep yes man.
You got to keep them around.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's kind of like walking on water, literally, because you have to believe that, okay, I'm walking away from my job. First of all, you're crazy, according to these people, the world.
Oh,
so, case in point for me, when I left, my brother we worked at the same job. I walked right past him on my last day, food in hand. They had a little thank you, potluck, have a good life, going away party.
You gonna be back?
I didn't tell nobody. Yeah. I got that. I got that.
That's what they think.
I got that. Oh, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you? And the only reason people around me find out is because people don't always. They're not necessarily happy for you. I never expected them to be. Sure. But some bigger heads, they were like, oh yeah, congratulations on your last day. I got your note in front of all coworkers, and I was let the press conference start. I was like, no questions, like, cause I got hit with questions. People wanted to know, well, what are you gonna do for money? Like, if I have to entertain that question, like, I don't even have to think about that, cause God already told me what I should have did probably 2 or 3 months ago. So I didn't tell nobody. I haven't looked back.
I know that. I know that one.
Amen. I haven't looked back either. I haven't.
So was there any Were there any no fears when you made that decision?
I had a lot of fears. I was prolonging it. I was, when you get comfortable to the 15th and the 30th, every paycheck, every month, you get comfortable. I was always saying, I'll just wait till another check. I'll just wait till another check. But I was at a company to where I put in a lot of myself. I was working 70-plus hours a week, not really being noticed. I was capped off. So, they kind of let me do whatever I wanted to do because everybody else had quit in my position. So I was kind of the only one that left. So it was like, okay, well, let's keep her happy since she's crazy enough to stay here while everybody else left. So let's keep her happy. So I kind of did whatever I wanted to do, and I just used that time to kind of soak up the corporate game. And that's why I don't really put too much negative emphasis on having a corporate job, because I use a lot of that with my business.
Okay.
But it allowed me to grow in the business aspect, and I just applied at what I have here now. So the fear, it came. I was actually crying on my way to work one day. I've never been without a job. So, and I've been working since I was legal to work. So, and I haven't had many jobs. I've always been loyal, staying at my jobs 4 to 6 years and stuff like that. So, I was crying on my way to work, and I went in with my type up a 2-week notice, and I typed up an entire thing for the next person, and I went and gave it to I went and gave it to HR early in the morning. I went and gave it to. That's just how I am, though. I don't want to leave nobody else in a position.
You're
like
very
that.
organized. That's
very
a great
organized.
asset.
That's just how I am. So I went and gave it to HR in the morning, and I was like, okay, give me some time to tell my boss. And by the time I went and told my boss, he's like, well, I already knew you were going to quit. But, you can go ahead and leave today. I was like, wait, what?
Whoa.
So many jobs.
Oh, wow. I've been here 6 years. I've put in 70 hours a week, almost every week. And you're telling me I could just leave today, and you're not going to give me my 2 weeks check? I was like, oh, wow. So it hurt. So I was more pissed off. But, when you're pissed off and you can't hit nobody, you start crying.
You can either start crying or you can fight the air like old boy did in Boys in the Hood.
Exactly. You just get all. So I was trying to hold it together. But I left and didn't look back. And then one night, probably months later, it was like in the middle of the night, probably like 11 o'clock, got an email from HR. And they wanted to hire me to do an event. So I was like, hey, I know that I'm supposed to be in this position for a while because y'all calling me out of all the photographers in the world.
Right.
Y'all talking about little old me, the person that you didn't want to. So I'm definitely about to charge you my 2 weeks plus my fee.
My money. Right.
You owe me.
There you go.
But no, I showed up. I did the work, and that's just what it is. So that's to me, that was just confirmation. So yes, I had a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear building up. Again, I almost let somebody talk me out of quitting my job. But I just went on and went with my heart, went with my gut, and went with what God told me to do, and that leads me to where I am now.
Mm-hmm. Wow, man, that's almost a testimony.
Oh, bro,
thank you.
Or a shot, but we don't know. I'm gonna bring a bottle.
We don't
next
have
time.
it.
I still got some of them. I'm gonna sip to my own.
You're the only one with something left. You got
to drink it. Gotta share.
Well, we're gonna take a break, y'all. We're gonna pay a little bill. I wish you could pay all of my bills when people say that. But when we get back, we're going to keep talking to the Klasik Kreatives, and we're going to talk to Artistic Rebel as well.
All right.
All right. Hey, guys. Thank you for listening to Bro, Where's My Phone podcast. Do us a favor, rate, and share your review. Tell a friend about us. Also, here's a chance for you to shoot your shot. Not only do we have merchandise coming soon, we're on a hunt for social media savvy interns. If this is you, please contact Bro Where's My Phone on Instagram at Bro Where's My Phone, or shoot us a text message at 713-855-0436. Must be a college student and 18 years of age. Now let's get back to the show. And we are back. Bro, Where's My Phone, a podcast. Again, this is Christopher Allen, my co-host, Artistic Rebel. What up?
Yo.
Now, we sitting down talking to the Klasik Kreatives in Michelle's dope studio. I love the white walls. Love white walls.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot to ask y'all. What cell phone, what smartphones do y'all rock with?
Oh, well, it's only one type of fruit that I love.
Like a granny
that you
Smith.
partake. Do tell, brethren.
It's an apple. The apple has always. They say an apple a day keeps the negative phones away. So I keep the Samsungs away, and I stay with the apples.
Actually, I'm actually an Android fan for phones. However, with business, iPhone is just more accessible. It's more easy, so I prefer an iPhone. But I am an Android fan. It's funny because I'm kind of anti-Apple, but I have every Apple product.
You can't be anti.
Yeah,
Is it personal? Is it personal or is it business? Did Steve Jobs like call you in bad situation?
Not.
It's convenient
so
for
I'll
life.
just go ahead and just say I'm an Apple fan now. I mean, that's just like
Okay. We need some gospel music to welcome her.
Welcome. Go ahead and welcome me to the Apple life. Yeah, I just have all kind of Apple products. It's just easy for me to maneuver and do what I need to do. So
Quickly.
Right.
Yeah,
quickly, yes.
Right, Rebel.
I told him, as I've repeatedly told you, they can give me a free Samsung. I'm not going to use it.
Oh,
What?
wow.
They can give me 2 Samsung. I'm not going to use it. I don't feel like learning a new system.
I understand that.
Oh, that's understandable.
Like in the iPhone, it's like it's super
Yeah, it's
easy to learn.
different. If you already started with it, I started off with Android, so it was easy for me and it was more flexible to me. But then I had to get onto the iCloud, and it's crazy that you wouldn't give up an iPhone for the simple fact of AirDrop, but I just wouldn't do
Oh.
it.
Yes.
I was
AirDrop
about to make
is.
a post today saying AirDrop is life.
Yes.
Because I sat there with my iPad right here, my MacBook right here,
And I'm
my
just-
phone right here, and I was like just switching videos around.
Yes, and you can't tell me that I would change that for another phone that does not do. Yeah, it could be nice. Yeah, this edge feature, you can see stuff on the edge. Listen,
I
hear all of that.
yes, I don't need the edge feature, brother. I need the AirDrop. Okay, you understand me? I need to.
Now, what's the edge, real quick? What's the edge feature?
on
I'm
the edge? They got the
illiterate.
little. They say you can see a text message on the edge of your phone.
Oh,
I'm
man,
sorry.
that ain't no feature.
You feel me? That's just extra.
cool.
Yes.
That's nothing that's going to help me make more money. That's
Make
just
more
cool.
money,
No.
right?
What was the last digital kids? Like we had stacks and stacks of videos. I was like, man, put your phone right here. Let me AirDrop you all of this. I don't have
Yeah.
to send you nothing else tonight. Once
Right.
Once the event is over,
It's
do
done.
what you do.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to my digital dopeness kids. Yeah, man. For me, I think the AirDrop feature, it kind of spoiled me.
Yeah.
Because now when I have to go back to my computer, which is a desktop, because the MacBook Pro is out of there
Oh.
until a big payday come.
Oh.
So, but the AirDrop feature is a dope feature because you can do it like right then and there.
Okay, how
And
big
so-
that video file is? That bad boy going through.
It's through your phone. Just hope you got some space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 128 gig around here.
Yeah, okay.
And I tell you why, man, because sometimes I'm at home and I'll stare at my phone. This is what makes me probably a little bit more than just your average smartphone user.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this phone and I'm like, this phone, and I'm not a money person where it has to be $1 million.
Okay.
But I use that as a point of reference that this phone can make me $1 million.
Yes.
And it's just the creative idea and me manifesting that to happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I love work. I love taking pictures. I love working on a creative side.
Yeah.
But on the side of simplicity and something that's creative, I just look at my phone. I'm like, it's coming. I mean, the fact that you can send me money through Cash App
Yeah.
or I've sold photos from my phone, just circumstance. I'm here. They wanted that picture right here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Cash App me.
Right.
If I've done it once, I can do it twice. I can duplicate it. You know what I mean?
Money.
But haven't done it yet. It's just what I do.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Straight up.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
We're going to jump back into the Klasik Kreatives because when I say it, I feel like I'm on 1990s juice. I feel like it's the 90s. It's just dope to say.
You
Classic
talking to
Kreatives.
Bishop. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then what's funny is because your Instagram name, I think, is Shots by Bishop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I started laughing when I saw it because I thought of Bishop from Juice because
Oh,
Juice is my movie, man.
Trust me. I got a shirt.
So you wanna be a gangster?
Yo, Bishop! What you want?
Take whatever you want.
Ass, punk. You've been saying that you say you can bust my ass. Believe that shit? So,
You
I
said
got it.
Bishop.
I'm gonna make a shirt with Bishop.
Juice,
yeah,
Bishop shot
He
everybody.
did. He sure did.
Raheem.
You got to put that infamous line on there.
Oh, yeah.
I am crazy.
I
You
am
know
crazy.
what?
I don't give a mess about you, Raheem.
You got to put that on there.
Look. I
They're
feel
gonna be
you,
here
dog.
like,
I
man, we
feel
got to
you.
shoot with him.
Man, real talk, man.
crazy, man. You know what? when you said that last time, I was kind of tripping, right? But now, you're right. I am crazy. But you know what else? I don't give a f***. I don't give a f*** about you. I don't give a f*** about Steele. And I don't give a f*** about Raheem either. I don't give a f*** about myself.
Man, real talk, man.
Yeah, and it's like you just about to be, what's his cue?
Q.
On the ones and twos. Yeah, man. So it's that, and then when I see Michelle working, like, and I don't know if it's because you did the Ciroc commercial with Arnacia, or even before that, it's just a hip hop vibe and brand that I see that you naturally have, and, and she'll be like, yeah, Michelle, she just picked that up, her frames, she knows how to dress, and I look in the mirror and be like, man, I need some help. We was in Atlanta, and you went straight to, I think, Zara.
Yeah, we went straight to Zara. Shout out to Zara, man. I love Zara.
Yeah, man.
Zara. I went to Zara in Spain, and I just couldn't help myself. So
yeah, and I'm like, I'm Forever 21. You whack. I gotta go, man. Forever 21 men and H&M. I just need help.
You back at H&M now? We going back to people go back to H&M?
I still go to I still go to H&M.
Listen, everybody mess up.
Everybody.
Nobody can replace those prices. I'll be back.
Right. Well, Zara's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Well, let me ask you, if you had to say a number, an estimate, how many events would you say that the Klasik Kreatives have shot this year alone, 2018?
We probably already know.
Well, I mean, we just celebrated 75 probably, a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So we hit 75 events that included anything from baby showers, anniversaries, to including weddings as well. And that's just events with just, of course, it's Klasik Kreatives. So that's
if you
just
talk about personal. You're probably talking about
personal. You're going to talk about other stuff because we do our portraits and stuff
projects
on the side. But in regards to Klasik Kreatives, which is what we're here for, yeah, I would say it's more than 75 now.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean we have events every weekend, you know.
Yeah. Right. That's good.
We have events every weekend. We have weddings that we've booked up into 2019. We have requests coming in for 2020. I mean, praise God! Just last year we couldn't get a wedding.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, we just couldn't. The wedding market.
I mean, I'm not in
the wedding. We can get weddings, but it was like how many weddings you did last year? Like a handful.
First of all, in the beginning, we were shooting weddings by ourselves, and then we came up with the Klasik Kreatives. We came up with a formula to have, at least two people there and have a different type of setup. So our setup, it requires at least two people to be there. So back in the day when we were shooting weddings ourselves, so that's why I was like, oh yeah, we couldn't get a wedding. But would I say that in the wedding game itself, you have to be marketing yourself a year prior to the year that you want to get weddings in, because a lot of people book their weddings, way in advance. So when we get in requests for 2020 right now, they're thinking about it. They may have just got engaged last week, but they're still thinking about their wedding. Okay, let me go ahead and book who I need, who I want right now, so my date is secure. Yeah. So it's of course we get those last minutes, I have a wedding in 3 months and stuff like that. We get that because, not everybody is thinking about videographers when it comes to weddings. Right. However, when I say that last year we couldn't get a wedding, we really couldn't because it was like we were kind of too late in the game. It was like we were trying to get a wedding for 2018 and like, nah, you have to be establishing yourself in 2017 already. Right. So that part was a little challenging. However, now, like I said, we've already hit our mark of 75. We're probably up to 100 now. We still have more events to go throughout the rest of the year, and then next year is just going to be amazing for us. Yeah, man.
So does it help? Does it help having the dates so far in advance, like that? Because for me, it scares the heck out of me. Any date, because I'm like, man, I don't know where I'm gonna be. But I know that's your business, so you probably, bam.
Yeah, I would honestly say that, it's 2018, you can book me in 2018. You can book us in 2019. Now, when you start talking about 2020, I just don't know where God is going to lead us. And at that point, I really don't want to guarantee it. It's kind of like, I want to go ahead and get you on the books. But in 2020, I mean, we have much bigger plans for ourselves than just weddings and events. Of course, we're going to always keep Klasik Kreatives and keep it weddings and events, but we have much bigger plans for ourselves. So, you can book our company. However, if you're expecting to see us in 2 years later, I mean,
Y'all
I'm
are
expecting
rising.
to see somebody else. So I'm not expecting to see you. I'm expecting to see somebody else.
Saying.
Right. Comments fly like this. Like, comments are fast. They're not in
Hey,
one
man.
spot, right?
Message. No,
Right? Bishop, I asked you, what inspired you to become a photographer, videographer, or what you label yourself?
I don't know if I had to put a pinpoint on it. I started with acting first, so I'm an actor for real. So I guess the just the whole creative storytelling just gets me. So when I was little in church, we started. It was probably like 5 or 6. You know, you go to Vacation Bible School, and then you used to do like a show at the end. So we all auditioned for it, and they was like, "We're gonna give you the lead. You got to play like the lead character." And I'm just like. Okay, I never really acted before, and then you're in front of all these people because it's church, so you got all these people there. So then that's when I knew I wanted to perform. But then I got a camera. We got one of those cameras where you can plug in the
Boom mic?
No, you plug in you plug in the tape to the VCR and then you record it. It was like a kid camera back in like the 90s. So I had one of them, and I used to make videos and stuff. And then I guess I just got inspired just because I could act and I could use a camera, and then. I don't know, bro. I've been on the announcements ever since in middle school, announcements in high school, college, did shows, did plays, just always been creating. So then, like, that's why the business stuff, I'm not like particularly like that's not my favorite thing to do because like, the business is like that's when you start getting into people's attitudes and people want this and that. I just want to create something, and then you know, love me for that. Like you ain't gonna love me for the business. I tell you that straight up. Yes, and
that's why you got Diddy and Oprah wrapped up into one person, Michelle.
That's why we got Diddy and Big because I just want to rap. I don't want to do anything. I just want to rap. And she wants to see her business do well. She's not gonna have because if I was dead weight, she'd cut that. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be the same. If I feel like she wasn't what she says she is or what she is to me, then I'd be like, this probably ain't a good match. You know what I'm saying? But it works so well because it's like a yin yang. You can't be two of the same. If we was both the same business minded, we would freaking
we're butt heads.
We're butt head because she has such strong conviction, and then when it comes to create, she gives me freedom to like. She actually pulls it out of me. She be like, Mike, that ain't enough. Do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because she know, like, you got better than that, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't, then she would probably be like, all right, well, this is the best that we can work with. You know what I'm saying? But she's good at pulling it out, and I just try to be good at the same thing I learned with acting that inspired me to act is, like, just take direction. Like, people ain't trying to shit on you. They just want you to do your best because they see, like,
your best.
Yeah, because everybody else that don't know you, they can be like, oh, this is awesome. But the people that really know you, they be like, bruh. You could have did a little bit better than that. You know what I'm saying? It's only the people that really know you. The other people, they always going to say your stuff.
You can't keep nobody yes man around here. Like, nah, you got to have somebody give you that real.
Because the other people not. They always going to be like, man, bro, you doing so good. They pat you on the back. But they really don't know, like, you put that together in 5 minutes. You could have did it and you could have took your time and did, like, so much better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So between her and my boy Gene, shout out to Impress Films, my boy Gene, and shout out to Fred Ago, they all, like, you know, always hit me up randomly and just give me pieces of advice or like just see if I'm all right, like checking on me personally. Like these my people. Like when it comes to creative people, those my people, man.
Right.
So yeah, I guess my inspiration comes from acting. I hate to go on a tangent, but yeah, acting
that's cool.
is what got me into this.
Acting.
Yeah.
And Michelle, because you were you in oil and gas? Were you in you was fully corporate America beforehand?
So I was doing construction management again. They gave me free range, so I worked myself up in 6 years from an admin assistant into construction management to where I was training my boss, who was like VP of the company and stuff like that. So but yeah, it's I just kind of picked up. I actually started out with video. I actually wasn't interested in photography at all. I started off with video. It was back when Instagram first came out with 15 seconds, and I just went out there and did something that was new, and everybody craved it at the time. It was new, so I don't blame them because back then I could say today that it was trash, but I don't blame them back then because it was new. Nobody else had it. They wanted it as well. Right. And I was working with a particular client who I still do business with today. Her name is Tatiana. She had a company back then, a shades company called She's Shaded. So I was doing videos for her. And then she kind of pushed me into doing photography, and she would call me a photographer, and I'd be like, girl, don't call me that.
I think I
but
said
she
the
was
same
like-
thing.
Tattoo artist?
But,
The tattoo artist?
no. But she was like, girl, don't call me that. I would say that to her, and I just kind of got pushed into photography. Again, it was one of those demand things. I was new. People asking. I was applying, so I didn't really have time to go to school. I didn't have time to do all that extra stuff. I just got thrown in the fire and started swimming.
Yeah, straight up.
Man, and here we are, sipping Ciroc in your own studio.
Hey.
Own studio. We actually just branched it out, so this is also a part of Klasik Kreatives. So me and Mike will be co-working out of here.
Okay.
We'll go, but
Congratulations.
Thank you,
that
brother.
later on. But yeah, so
Audience clap button.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. So when y'all are filming, when y'all are doing what y'all do, and y'all are at an event, do y'all look at it like I'm shooting a movie? Do you look at it like the vision that it's gonna become, or in your head have y'all already talked about it? Because y'all be putting out some pretty dope. Like I wouldn't expect nothing less, but
right.
I don't know. Every shoot is different, man. Because
I feel like
sometimes we pull up on, like, last couple weeks we had a shoot. Myra's in Spain, and
international traveler.
you know what I'm saying? Well, it could be me in Colombia.
Yeah, it
one
could be
week
him
and
in-
shit.
Oh, yeah, I saw you in
so
Colombia,
it's
yeah.
the same.
Underwater,
Both of us
yeah.
kind of do weird stuff. I mean,
Note to self, get your
random
passport
things.
game up.
You know what I'm saying? But she like she was gone, so we pull up at an event. It was in West Columbia, Texas. And,
Okay.
West Columbus, I think. But
Man, I thought you said Colombia.
wait, West
Bogota.
Columbia. Yeah, no, it. Oh, I went to Bogota. I did go to Bogota. But yeah, and it was like this little country boondocks, back in just the old neighborhood. So we're at Klasik Kreatives. We used to pulling up, and they got all these nice decor. And,
Already,
so
yeah.
we like, man, we about to shoot a movie. But this time, I'm just like, hey, I don't know what this is. So I text her. I send her a picture because she had texted me like, you made it. And I texted her a picture. I know she in Spain, but I want her to see this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Right.
I am in the country, brother. I don't know what we got. But we still do the Klasik Kreative thing.
Yeah.
We get out there. We give them the same type of feel. Like, we mix with the client. We always try to show them our personality so they see like, we cool. We want to make your party, bring more life to your party, just like a DJ would or somebody else that's adding flavor to your event, a vendor. So
Right.
we go into it wanting to shoot like a movie. If we don't have the spectacular venue or whatever, we still gonna shoot it.
Yeah, we still
as
gonna make
if-
you feel that way.
Yeah.
That's just our style of shooting. We call ourselves filmmakers versus just videographers.
Right.
Because we just have that creative style, that classic style
Yeah.
of cinematic shooting. So we do that, and we try to
Absolutely.
apply that to every event, every wedding. So when we go in there, it's kind of like our own personal thing. We like to make our client feel like they're in a movie.
Yeah.
So they can be country, they can be
Yeah.
Sadiddy. It doesn't matter. We're gonna make you feel like you're in a movie
It's
and
your own
you're
version
on
of
you're on set. So
Right.
when we show up, it's kind of like, hey, the Klasik Kreatives are here, so we're gonna listen to them first before we listen to the photographer or our planner. And
Right,
it's
I like
nothing disrespectful or
them.
anything like that. It's like, hey, I know that they're here to make a movie, so whatever I got to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all are
I'ma
directors
do it.
too.
Yeah, we're the
Yeah, you
directors
got-
of
you
the
got
thing
to.
too, and we direct. It could be a kids' party, and we'll bring the kid aside. Hey, do this. We need you to do this. We're going in there directing. And I guess we get there from
like
our
that.
creative style. It's not just going in there, turning on record, and then we're
Right.
filming whatever is going on. It's like, no, if we show up, it may be the country bumpkin thing, but if we show up and we see that ain't nothing just kind of going on,
We gonna
how
make
we
something.
Y'all still
usually
gonna
got
turn it up
we
into a
gonna
movie.
turn it up. We're gonna make it into a movie, and we're gonna
Yeah.
grab you and pull you to the side and be like, hey, we need you to do this, because we still gonna make you feel like the rest of our clients.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're in West Columbia or in Greens Point or
Yeah.
whatever you, wherever you
Greensboro, we
at.
may have a, protection.
56
but
bodyguards.
We still gonna shoot this. I'm just
Come on,
playing.
Southside.
Just saying, you know what I'm
Around
saying?
the corner from my
Hey, I'm just saying.
You hitting us off here.
Hey, I can't pull up and shoot no music video out there at 10. I can't do it. It's
10
gonna be
p.m.
daytime.
10
I ain't over there
a.m.
at
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, just watch your back.
Yes. But no,
all.
we make our clients feel special. Like I said, so it's and sometimes we may go in there with a plan. We've been to plenty of weddings before with a plan.
Uh-huh.
We go in there and we have an entire plan. We feel so good.
I like
we walk
that.
up like we walking in a movie, like fire is just behind us. We walking up to the venue and we're like, we good,
But
you good. And then we get in there and we're like, what are we gonna do with this?
yeah.
And we
So
have
right
to change
plan
it
is-
right there.
Right then and there.
So it takes a lot of patience, and it also takes a lot of respect, because I may go in, I may be the one to set the plan, and we go in there, and it might be like, we can't shoot that like
Yeah,
this, and then I have to take a back seat and listen. Okay, how should we shoot it? Because hey, I had it in my head, so it's in my head, so we're gonna shoot it like this. I don't care how it looks up in here. We're gonna shoot it like this. But
Right.
he may be like, we can't do it like that, so we have
Right.
to go ahead and change it right
Yeah.
then and there. So. It's challenging sometimes, but we always pull it together.
Yeah, I was about to say it always works out.
Yeah, we always pull it together.
Stuff always fall into place. God is good.
Who is your ideal client for you able to do
Somebody that pays a deposit.
exactly?
Deposit on time.
Man, so many years when you working, just when you first leave that job.
Yeah.
Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm trying to get out of speaking generally because it's not for everybody.
Facts.
But for me, it's like I hate having to take on jobs that I probably wouldn't take off if money wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Getting the bills paid. But I think
Oh,
it's a. I tell people it's great because you got to go through it. If you go through it, you learn from it. If you don't like the way that felt, get it right to where you don't have to
feel like
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be, nah, man, you just take advantage of me like that.
it's
I'm not gonna let you.
It's overworked, underpaid feeling. Like you don't ever want to feel, but like you said, in the first time where you think, let me get this money, because I need it, because the bill's coming up, and then you end up doing it, and then halfway through it while you editing, you like, man, I should charge more. So you get
Yeah.
that underpaid feeling, and you feel overworked because like they still hitting you. Like, hey man, you got my video,
Right.
But yeah, you gave them a deal. So I still struggle with that. I'm still in my transitioning phase, so I feel you. You know, it's certain times when it's like, oh man, it's getting too much, but you already shot yourself in the foot in the negotiation process by saying yes to the first number. Or
So
whatever,
quick.
you know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, I would just say to anybody new, it just takes time. Don't be so mad at yourself just because you get. Always finish what you started though. Like,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah, always
start
finish
something
what
with
you have
somebody
to.
do it, but like just protect yourself going forward because they gonna keep protecting themselves. They gonna say, oh, I got this for $100. I'm gonna go to him again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Hit them again.
I don't play them type of games. I'm not gonna say I don't get hit with that, because I do. I go through that as well, but I just don't play them type of games. It allows me to shape my business even more. So if we do something and it's a lesson to be learned, then you better be right in those terms and conditions. They're getting updated tonight before I go to bed. So the next person won't think that they can do the same thing. So our ideal client is somebody who does contact us in advance. Not the week of or the day before.
Right.
Pays the deposit on time, lets us know what they want beforehand. We get a lot of people that let us know what they want after we didn't film, and we get a lot of people, oh, did you get the food? We got it in our stomach. We didn't get it on camera.
Say,
We didn't get it on camera. So people just, that communicates with us. We like people to feel a part of their project as well.
Right.
Not too much a part now. Don't start playing producer. However, play client, play client. Say, hey, I
Right.
need to make sure you catch this speech. That way I can know
Ahead of
to
time.
make sure I catch that speech. But other than that, an ideal client is just somebody who contacts us ahead of time, pays their deposit on time, and enjoys us as much as we enjoy them.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, or if you haven't looked at our Insta stories or anything like that, we have fun with our events and our weddings. We have a lot of
Right.
fun at that. We don't just go and just sit in the corner and just be stiff. I mean, if you're dancing, we're dancing too. At the same time, we're holding the camera.
yeah. So
Right.
don't bump into me.
I saw Bishop on a table with a bottle. I make up stuff all the time. Is that your stories? Twitter?
I could have been in the country wedding that time.
Swag
We got-
surfing.
Oh man.
Swag surfing.
Oh,
Yeah.
swag surfing,
Swag
man. Did y'all said something about that?
That's
I can't
our theme
remember.
song.
That's our
man.
theme song. It's getting to a point now to where they're actually adding that to their playlists
Yeah,
at weddings
It's-
just for us.
Big shout out to
Wow.
the brides,
Big
bruh,
shout out to
man.
Brides. They do that now. They actually add the swag surf song.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how we got on that, but we just started.
But that's what I'm
swag
saying. With us,
surfing.
it's really
Right.
our business is not. Some things just work out how they supposed to work out, and that's just how it is with us. Like,
Right.
Literally, first wedding we did, they played swag surf, and Michelle was just like, "Oh, this is our song right here." We just started going in.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? That was and then actually we put that in the video when they started doing the swag surf, and then every wedding after that we just kept.
Yeah.
That's
kept
dope.
We had a planner who did a custom swag surf for us. She did
Yep.
a glow in the dark
What?
swag surf. So she
I need to
actually
come
had
out.
glow in the
Venus,
dark.
man.
Shout out to XOXO Weddings.
Hey,
She actually provided her client, the wedding and her family with, or their family with glow in the dark glasses. It cut the lights off, and it was on. It was a good old swag surf, and I'm just like, hey. This is a time where we need behind the scenes to come and film us, because this is special moments like that makes us love our job. It's like, hey, you could dedicate a whole song, because y'all don't have to play this song
for us.
Right. Then, you don't have to play this song for us.
It's cool because it let us know that the brides is paying attention to our
like,
our
Klasik Kreatives.
And they know, like, man, it's my turn to get them to turn up for us like that.
Oh,
so
y'all done hit that superstar status.
It feels like it. We like to make them feel like superstars. We like for them to make us feel like. So we've even been at a wedding when Swag Surf came on. We didn't even ask them to play or anything. We were actually caught off by surprise. They were just like, "Oh, this your song, this your song," and we were
followers.
Like,
they followers.
I was like, "Okay, this is our song. Let me go ahead and dance."
The Roots fan base. Roots can wherever they go.
I would say to anybody that's listening, like, if you're starting something, you just gotta be like,
stick to it. Stick to it.
Because sometimes I don't even be knowing what's going on. Like, Myra hit me and just be like, "Hey, we got 1,000 followers on Instagram," and we just like, we didn't even try this. We didn't.
It's natural and organic.
That's real. All
We
natural
not
stuff.
doing nothing but engaging with people, and when we post our stuff, we comment back. If somebody because if somebody took the time to say, "Hey, man, that's a dope video," at least say something back.
Man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you build engagement.
People just don't come on, man. Nobody is that busy.
Stick to your guns. When we came up with Klasik Kreatives, I was like, people are not gonna know how to pronounce this.
No.
They're gonna be like, "What? KK? Oh my gosh, you're just missing one K."
That was
it's a lot. And then I was like, "Look, we have to stick to what we know. If we don't stick to it, they're gonna scare us away from it. So let's stick to it. And sooner or later, they're gonna know our names. They're gonna know how to pronounce it. They're gonna know how to spell it.
Absolutely.
I was like, he said it right.
I know.
No, but some people they just be like, I don't know.
They be trying too hard.
Yes.
So many it's classic.
Yes.
It's creative.
With the K. So I'm
okay. No. It's different, but like we roll with it, and we literally just in the first conversation we went through a whole bunch of names, kind of like the Temptations. You know what I'm saying? We
call ourselves the Eldons, Siberians,
Otis Williams and the Siberians.
Yeah,
we didn't want to go with anything.
Ain't nobody coming to see you.
Yeah, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. They're coming to see me. But now it's just like, we hit each other. It just be like, if she tell me, hey, we may go here, and I'm like, oh, you going? And she be like, it's 2 Ks and KK, ain't it? And I'll just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
It's the Klasik Kreatives with an S on the end, huh? Yeah. For special projects, because people will be like, oh, I don't need both of y'all. And I'm like, well, it don't matter because you're going to get us anyway. So I don't care if you do need us or not. You're going to get you're gonna get us anyway. So, there are those events too. It doesn't require both of us to be there. However, when you're booking the Klasik Kreatives, you're booking
the brand.
You're booking the brand.
Yeah.
And whoever shows up, shows up. But that's what I like about our business. For now, again, we have plans to grow, but for now, I want people to get familiar with our faces. So when you're booking the Klasik Kreatives, it's going to be me or Mike there. You're not going to have a random stranger that just shows up with a shirt on.
With a shirt on.
See me. Now, again, I can't speak to that for later, because when God blesses us and move in different directions, we will have Klasik Kreatives branded to where other people are there, but it still will be familiar faces. These people. It wasn't going to be like, oh, I was expecting Mike and Randall showed up, and I don't know who this person is. So
we damn near shoot on the same everything. Like we all
similar styles of shooting, so that also helps us as well, as we have similar styles. We're both creators and we both stand out in our own different ways, but we have a lot of similarities.
Right, and I would say, I'm sure down the line, when you do have people in these positions doing what y'all are doing now, I'm sure they would already know your brand, your brand.
They would already
images.
be familiar with these people, so it would be like, hey, I'm training this person. You're gonna see this person with me at events, and then you may see that person alone at your event next time. So it's not gonna be where we just throw people and just be like, okay, y'all gonna sink or swim. We don't have time for that. That's, that's going into our brand. You can't afford to do that. However, we will train you. We will get you familiar with our clients, our process. And then when you're ready to fly, and we feel that you're ready as well, we're definitely going to let you shine.
Right. It made me think of Tiff's Treats. The way their brand is so simple and effective. Hot cookies on site.
So on site. Pull up.
Pull
Pull up with hot cookies.
Hot cookies on site. You're not pulling a Popeyes worker with a bad attitude into a Tiff Street situation. It's not gonna work.
Simple, it's clean, it works. It's good. It's a good process.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now I have a big imagination. Rebel knows that too. I can go back to any year from the 80s. I was born in 1982. 1990s was it 2000s or the 90s, which were just musically popping with
90s,
Bad Boy.
90s, baby, 90s.
90s, huh?
I mean, yeah, it was 90s, but 2000 was the 50 Cents was the 2000s, early 2000s.
Early
50
2000s.
popped and,
I didn't like the 2000s. 2000 was kind of a
it.
weird.
It's kind of like
Weird.
Ja Rule.
They was trying to find their
singing.
lane. It was everybody.
It was kind of
when
weird.
you had Lil Flip in the game, that was like the
Lil
best.
Flip
And
was-
shout out to Flip because I'm from H-Town. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like that was his time. That was Flip and that was Mike Jones.
Oh, in
and that
2000s?
was- Yeah.
2000s Houston was.
Houston was popping.
Houston was popping, yeah.
Yeah.
But as a
Just
general
overall-
music industry, 2000 was a little
It was on the
weird.
down, yeah.
That's when you had the No One on the Corner had swag. It's like who would listen to that
Oh,
today?
today.
Like,
Good point.
you know, it's kind of a weird music. It was kind of like, oh, it's 2000s, new millennial. What should we do?
What should
Let's
we
try
do?
stuff. You know, it may or may not work. But then again, you had certain areas like the Houston, like the Little Flips. You also had like
Mike
ATL
Jones.
popping. You know, you had Lil
Yes.
Jon. You know,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Yin
Lil
Yang
Jon.
twins.
Dun,
You know,
dun,
they were.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
they were. They had a lot of stuff popping.
Yeah,
So it was
I
kind of
can't
weird.
Right.
It's kind of weird, but for me, the 90s was probably the bigger. Even though I love 80s, I love my Whitney Houstons. I love that. But
For
I
sure.
would say the 90s as far as hip hop.
90s R&B.
I mean,
You
yeah,
got
when you
90s.
got
I think
You
90s.
had Death
Biggie,
Row
you got-
versus
Yeah.
Bad Boy.
But yeah.
Then you had the Cash Money era. You had the No Limit. That was 90s.
Yeah, 90s.
If you don't want nobody dancing all up in the videos,
yeah.
Coming to Death Row.
Did he?
And the nigga looked right at who said he looked right at them at the audience. Like that's what I'm calling out.
come to Death Row.
And shine like this. You know how
West
I go.
Coast.
Hey, that was a good era. That was a good era. I mean, it had some violence, but it was still a good era.
If you was a music director, music video director in the 90s or 2000s, if you prefer, who would you rather be directing for?
I don't think that's a fair question because I know the numbers behind Jay-Z's video when he did the Big Pimpin'. That boy they spent
He
like
had
$1
Hype
million
Williams
or
though,
something.
man. Like you
Yeah,
supposed to go
Give me
home when
that
you have
video
Hype.
then.
Wow.
If you give me a budget of $1 million, like what? Like,
Yeah, man, you can
his budget was
probably do
amazing.
so much with it.
But did y'all pet? I don't know what it was, but like behind the music or something. They said they had to shoot it in Miami because Pimp wouldn't come to Brazil.
Yeah, he wasn't.
They was like, "Nah, I'm bringing my."
Why?
I'm bringing my
'Cause he
leg
just-
to
He was
Miami."
scared to fly. I mean, he just
Nah.
wasn't that dude to
I
be
think
like.
he was on some industry stuff like y'all trying to change us. And some
Yeah,
other
he
stuff.
didn't want to because he thought it was too mainstream or something. I believe. I'm
Oh.
not
That
speaking.
boy
Just
say,
him.
"Y'all come and finish this video in Miami."
Yeah, he wasn't going nowhere. But you know,
Port Arthur, man. He ain't
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go too
You know
far.
what I'm saying?
He ain't going Pimp C.
thought
R.I.P.
one of
Pimp
them
C.
did
He
want
ain't
to
going
do
too
that
far.
who would you do, Myra? I ain't.
Honestly, and I'll just be
Bad
strictly
Boy,
honest.
Tupac.
If honestly, I would. This is gonna be off the rep, but honestly, back then, I would probably want to be somebody working, not directing, but working under like a Hype Williams. I would want to be soaking up all the game from the hottest directors versus trying to be the director. Back then,
Yeah.
Right.
Hype
so
had all the videos on
Hype,
lock.
yeah, Hype had all the videos, and I would want to be working under Hype and just kind of soaking up Hype's game and then being the next Hype, you know,
Right.
in the next
And
generation,
taking it to another level,
and
too.
just taking it to another level and doing my own thing. But I would say in regards to people that I want to work with, I would probably work with Bad Boy. I mean, Diddy is my guy.
Yeah.
I would
Right.
work with Bad Boy just because they had a lot going on and
Oh yeah.
they was always putting out something, no matter who it was. They were just putting out.
It was coming out.
It was coming out.
Your
no
worst
matter
style
who.
reminds me of that.
Dylan, and Dylan.
Who is that?
That's a rapper.
Oh man, Dylan. What's the name of the group? Making the Band.
Yeah,
Making
yeah,
the
yeah.
Band.
Man.
They always
Yeah.
had something going on. But in the 90s, like I said, I would probably want to work under Hype Williams back then.
If you do anything in the 90s, I was just watching a documentary called The 90s on Netflix. Good documentary. Y'all watched that?
Oh, you saw my work.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey, you gotta be whoever you want to be at any point in time. I'm glad you watched it.
In the 90s, that was the year when like TV was kind of cable was getting expanded, so it's like
Shout out to MTV.
Yeah, MTV. So you had all these avenues that were untouched. So if we were in the 90s, you doing what you're doing in the 90s, like you're really like pioneering.
Right.
It's the 90s and a lot of stuff is untapped. So now it's just oversaturated. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody can make video. Everybody can make a YouTube channel. Everybody can do this.
Quality goes down.
Yeah. Right. So to have a brand that's like, man, we just want to stay classic. We want to stay, focused on this and this, and then just see where we go with it. Still trying to make our own new thing, but you got to understand, it's so many. It's hard to make something new. Like, it's hard to do something original. So we think that we're doing something original, in our circle of Houston. But truth be told, it may be somebody else out there that's doing something along the lines of us. It's not going to be the same classic style, but it's still, so.
But the Klasik Kreatives, y'all are. We see the brand.
Yeah.
Like, we see it. You're not just people with cameras out there filming. Y'all are not just push and record.
No.
And y'all are consistent and y'all have a plan.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why it's like, man, y'all are going up. That's real.
I appreciate it. We still trying to find our one. We still trying to find that video that makes us feel like, oh man, this is the one. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I don't know about how she feel, but I'm still like waiting on that one wedding video. Like, oh yeah, this is the one that we feel great about.
Right.
Because each time I'm still like, as an artist,
I think that's artistically.
we
never
just close out the project.
Me and
it's
Rebel
good,
know
it's solid, but like if I stick on it for another day or so, it's just gonna be. I'm just giving myself a headache. So I still haven't finished one. Just me feeling like, man, I'm proud of our work, but I still haven't got to that one.
If you really think about it, do you really want to get to
that point? No, I don't want to be.
Yeah, you won't always be thinking and stuff like that. I think what he's trying to say is, hey, it's just like this is the one that we can really say that, hey, this is classic. What we originally thought our standard should be. Again, so we do a lot of stuff now. We've had those wedding videos like, nah, this is a dope wedding video. Yeah. And then we'll do another wedding video and be like, nah, this one's dope.
That's dope. That's like,
and then,
cool.
We may have one in between, like, this one was all right. And then we'll have another one like, okay, now this is it. So not necessarily like, oh, this is it and we're capped off. It's not. It's just like, hey, we're still trying. We're still learning ourselves, because we're trying to combine two different styles. Again, we have similar shooting styles, but we're still trying to combine it and just trying to pick like, okay, what all can we do? A lot of people don't know what all we do, what all we can, a lot of what we're capable of.
Yeah.
And we don't even know that as well. It's like we have to push ourselves constantly. So every wedding, every event that we do, we are pushing ourselves to try to
make it different.
Continue to create. It's just kind of creativity to me is kind of like an ongoing thing. It's nothing that's like, I created something today.
Right.
I noticed when I started, I feel like I started decor videos in Houston. Nobody was doing decor videos, so where you just go and film just decor with me and Little Cedars. Shaquita is her name, and she called me out to the woods one day. It was in the woods. I was like, "Where am I going?" It was
the middle of the woods.
The middle of the woods, and she just had tables. She just had tables and stuff in the woods and stuff, and just set up her decor setup because she's doing, she does children's rentals and party rentals. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know y'all. And I don't know what I'm doing out here. But I filmed her decor, and it got pretty popular again back when Instagram was 15 seconds. And now, it's kind of a thing now that people, I need a decor video. And I'm like, I did that about 3 years ago. I don't know if I do that anymore. But it's kind of like a creativity thing. It's like, okay, well, I'm creating, it's not like, I did decor back 3 years ago and I stopped doing it. Like, no, I continued to do it because I got better at it. I started doing different stuff with it. So creativity to me is kind of like a long road, and it's like, hey, wherever you want to stop is where you're going to stop. So, and if you don't want to stop anytime soon, you really don't have to.
Right. I could keep talking to y'all.
Man, look, man, we talk all day. But that's how you get your ideas, man. I would say that just you gotta be willing to put your ideas out there and talk to other creatives, and then usually that's when you get your best ideas if you put stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I know y'all are doing big things in the industry because I watch y'all, I follow y'all, and I know y'all are the videos is just dope. The Klasik Kreatives to me is already a brand that's like most people are in 2018. I'm in like 2020. I'm here, right? I'm in the future. That's just how I'm in my head.
Appreciate
y'all there. So before I go, what do you guys have coming up? Anything that my audience should know? And we're gonna pump it, promote it, push it, or drop it when it's ready to be dropped.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
We're going to be doing more films. going on the end of this year into next year. We're looking to do a lot more conceptual promos, meaning more commercial, professional standard commercials. So if you come to us and you have a small business and it's on a scale that's not so let's just do a social media promo, but really something that you're going to put an idea. We're going to sit down, give you a storyboard. We want to start doing more professional grade commercials. Interested in small businesses, and that's just going to be an area that we try to grow within next year. And that's going to be something that I will be trying my best to build for the Kreatives.
Yeah.
So our film and commercials division, Michael's going to lead that up.
Dope.
Then we have more exciting news. I'll say that I'll say that for last.
Okay. Well, this is an important question because I already know. Well, I feel like I know the answer to this question, but I have to ask because there's people that may want to know. What separates the Klasik Kreatives from other companies, other people who do similar? I hate this word, but services. It's just a business word. It's just a business word.
Michelle and Michael. I don't know what to say.
These guys shoot
I have a
movies.
good analogy for you. Honestly, for me, and I hope that Michael can agree, we're like the Migos of the videography world. We're young, we're hot, we're making money.
You dress
We're
fly.
creative. We're putting out dope things.
Yep.
And one thing that nobody can take away from us, no matter how they feel about our style, our name, how we do business, we're just dope creatives. We're continually we're continuing to create. We're continuing to push out new stuff, and that's how I feel Migos is doing.
They are.
It's like they're hot. They're hot. They're putting out new stuff, and whether you like them or not, you're bobbing your head when their music comes. You don't even know that you're bobbing your head. So when you're watching our videos, you don't even know that, oh my God, this is dope. And then you realize you're about to tap it and you're like, oh, this is Klasik Kreatives. Let me go ahead and scroll up.
Yeah. Right.
For those who have a different opinion about us, but still we tap into the market of those who love us. We also tap into the market of those who don't, favor us so much. It's because it's like, hey, we're still creating. So even though you may not like it, I'm pretty sure you're going to try to do something that we're doing. Yeah. And then it's okay. It's okay because, again, we're young, we high. I mean, if we were music artists, we'd be popping out records every
for
week.
sure. For sure.
We're not that. We just, we're just throwing out videos.
Records crew.
We're just throwing out videos and stuff like that. So
we're definitely, that's what's separate. I agree with her totally. I mean, you can't, at the end, if you can't get Klasik Kreatives without me and Michelle. It's just not.
Right.
It's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even with her, by Michelle, you're not going to get that quality out of a by Michelle or Shabba Bishop, Klasik Kreatives. Like, it's just who we are. So to blend us together just makes us look that much more live. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And no disrespect to nobody else, because other people are good in their own right. And
absolutely.
I respect a lot of people's stuff, but like it's a reason why we try to blend our stuff together, because we know it can be like seamless and it'll look how we want it to look.
The quality's high.
Oh, man.
The product is dope. The product is high, number one, like for sure, bottom line. Mm-hmm. But I guess the sauce that y'all drip over it,
that we try. Oh man,
it's just
Trey. I wish we could have some ad libs and we could kind of compete with Migos.
I'm telling you,
and we don't even really compete with it. We don't even consider ourselves
nobody.
competing with anybody. We just love our lane, love what we do. And again, that's how I feel like Migos is like, if you hating, call me Joe Budden. Like, I mean, what are you hating for? There's no reason for you to hate. If you hate, we're gonna call you Joe Budden. That's just how it is. It's just we're the Klasik Kreatives, and that's who we are. So
and I'm still slowing down Migos lyrics trying to get the lines because they just so dope. I'm gonna give you my shoes. You can't run a mile in them. Give them back. I don't know yet. I'm working on it, but I feel you on.
You got
that,
to see.
man.
You got it.
I feel you on that, man. Well, I thank y'all for coming on Bro Where's My Phone podcast, because I'm re-kicking it off and I want to just give a platform to brands and people that we follow, that I like. And if you haven't heard of them, we know they're gonna hear about you guys. But it's like, I want to be like, man, I had them on my podcast, episode number 11.
11. Okay,
Thank you for having us, brother. And we follow what you're doing too as well. I like what you're doing with the phone photography. Man.
I appreciate it.
That's pretty dope,
stuff, bro. Yeah, man, you do some good stuff.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, he was saying, I was like, we can do the Sony or we can do the iPhone, record or whatever. And he was like, nah, we're gonna do we're going to do what we do. We're going to put on the camera and put on the 1635 lens. I'm like, well, the host is, he'll differ with you. He'll argue with you about that iPhone film,
I came a long way because me and Artistic Rebel, when we first started, we would go back and forth.
Chris
Back and forth.
Everybody a photographer.
And I'm like,
everybody not a photographer, bro.
and here was our.
They all listen to hear me out. I'll be like, I ain't even trying to hear everybody not a photographer.
For real.
And no argument. It's all love, man. That's Bro, Where's My Phone? The podcast. Y'all have any shout outs? Do we do shout outs on podcast? We doing shout outs.
We're doing shout outs. Doing shout outs on podcasts. Okay.
Hold on. Shout out to my moms. I finally made a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Shout out to my moms. But no. Shout out to all our vendors. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
vendors.
Shaquita. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stephanie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dedrick Diggs. I'm just so
Put Bishop in the basement. Start the instrumental. We gonna get it.
I'm sorry.
Michelle about to freestyle next.
Drop the beat. Can you turn my mic up a little bit more? No, I'm just kidding.
Drop a bomb, DJ Clue bomb.
No, just want to shout out to all our clients, our family, our friends, everybody that supports us. People that support us, and we have our vendors that we can text on the phone and send them stuff and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And before everybody else sees it, and they actually respect us, they be like, oh, this is dope, or give us some good feedback and stuff like that. So, just shout out to everybody that loves us, hate us, want to be us. Just shout out to everybody.
Oh, y'all.
Just shout out to everybody because it's like, hey, we all trying to get in a successful place, and it doesn't take the hate, it doesn't take the negativity of bringing somebody else down for you to get there. You probably get there a little bit less. You're not gonna get there in time if you focus on that. You know. So we do that a lot. We not hate. We give positivity to people that are around us, photographers and stuff like that. We're like, your work is dope and stuff like that. I just helped a photographer do her website. I'm like, oh, you need to be here, and you need to do this and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good.
It's just like business stuff. It's like, hey, you need to get your business together because you're dope. But you need to have your structure. I feel like if you don't have any structure in business, then you're just out here hustling. Right. And that's just not what it is if you're just trying to go a little bit further than the people that are hustling. Nothing's wrong with hustling, but if you're saying, hey, I'm a business, and you want people to respect you as a business, then you do need to have your structure. So we shed a lot of positivity on everybody else, and we give praises to everybody, that's doing what we're doing, just trying to create and trying to be successful and do what we love. So that's about it for me. We do have a big announcement. The Klasik Kreatives will be expanding to Atlanta, Georgia this year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
ATL, shout out.
ATL.
DJ Clue bomb insert now.
Hey. Just real quick before we go, I had a conversation with a guy. He had a business. And he was like, other states and cities, they want us to come or whatever, but I haven't serviced all 6 million people in Houston. And I looked at him in his eyes. I was like, well, you can be thinking that way, or you can be thinking another way. It's like, hey, you may not service all 6 million people in Houston because all 6 million people in Houston may not like what you have to offer. I was like, but you can serve, 10,000 here, 10,000 in another city, especially if somebody is saying, hey, come to the city and do what you do, because we're trying to bring it over here as well. You're still the author of it. You're still the one that started it, so you can have multiple cities. But a word that, God has just been putting on my mind consistently is expansion. It's like, hey, it's time to expand. Right. And it's just another sacrifice, the same sacrifice I took stepping out on faith and leaving my corporate job. It's just, hey, let's just go to another city and start up the Klasik Kreatives there. We did it here in Houston. Right. We have the top wedding planners, on a consistent basis. So let's just go in Atlanta and do it there. And then if we can run 2 businesses, how many young people can be like, oh yeah, we got a business in 2 different cities? Yeah.
Right. No, not many. Not many. Not many at all.
Not many at all. I really can't say one. Yeah. That I know of. I'm pretty sure somebody has it, but
of course there's one person in the class in the back like, it don't even matter because it's love.
Yeah. If we miss somebody, you, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying it's not popular. So we definitely gonna put our best foot forward.
Yeah. Just a decision that we, and something that I brought up and I brought to Mike, and he was okay. But I was like, okay, well, good. As long as you support, as long as my business partner supports me, then we're good, because I know that he'll trust me and I trust him to handle here while I handle Atlanta. I'll be the one moving, by the way.
Wow, y'all heard
it here? Hey, yo.
Y'all heard it here?
But everything is going to run the same. Nothing's going to be different. You can't. It's not like you can't contact me, or I'm going to be like, oh, well, I'm not in Houston, so contact Bishop. It ain't going to be like that.
It's still
going to be on my phone, So everything is run the same. We're relaunching our website on the 13th, which is our 8-month anniversary. So it's been good. We only been doing this for 8 months, and now all of a sudden we're expanding to a different city, and
good stuff.
we're doing a lot of stuff. So it's been good for us. It's been really good for us.
Amen.
Locomotive train.
Yep.
We're just trying to choo to the next destination.
Y'all doing it, man. We're not saying trying. Y'all are doing it, man.
We're doing it.
So, Pats, man, I hope my audience really appreciates this episode, because it's some jewels that was dropped. We introduced you to the Klasik Kreatives. This is the first time you heard of them. You're going to hear about them again.
Yeah.
And again.
And again.
And you're going to look up and be like, I was in Houston and now I'm in Atlanta.
I should have booked them in 2018. I'm telling you, get this price now because it will go up.
Right.
Man.
Meech, you got any last minute shout outs before we close out the show?
Man, nah, I just be chilling.
I won't shout out nobody in Greenspoint, huh?
Okay.
Big
Ike, Eisenhower.
Sunny gray. Shout out to all my Eisenhower Eagles.
Yeah, what's up, Eisenhower?
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Hey,
you got it.
Freestyle.
Hey, I never had a problem with Eisenhower. I never had a problem with Eisenhower. Never had a problem with Eisenhower.
Oh, you heard of it?
Yeah, I heard of it. I never had a problem with Eisenhower. I can be honest and say that.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm going to shout out to my people out there, friends, family listening. Shout out to Dazzling Denise. Had a dope traveling agent who had me good in the W in Miami. This is Where's My Phone, the podcast. We are signing off.
Hey.
Peace.